And the way that John hit me with that comment, for once in 40-something years, lit a fire under my big fat ass.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding. Given just how much time and effort you gotta put into the craft that is professional wrestling, it's honestly pretty understandable that not everyone has that $1 million body. I mean, for Christ's sake, these guys are on the road, they're taking planes, they're hitting different towns on an unbelievable basis, and while yeah, some of the house shows did recently get cut, the average WWE wrestler is still putting in way too goddamn many out of their 365 days a year. And despite the obvious cardio you're gonna get inside of that ring, some people are so worn out at the end of the day that the physique can just kind of start to slip. Maybe you miss a couple workouts, maybe you start to eat bad, and you know what? That's what makes the people who push through all the more respectable. I'm D Wicker from Watch WWE, and here's 10 of the most fascinating body transformations that we've seen this year. Number 10, Edge. Let's kick this list off right. I just said that people pushing through stuff deserve the respect, and no one's pushed through worse than the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, better known as Edge. Returning at the number 21 slot of the Royal Rumble, I use zero hyperbole when I tell you that this is easily the best that Edge has ever looked in his career. While he was always fantastic inside the ring, and especially as a character, he never really had the greatest of body types. He was a very tall boy with some very long hair and some very fuzzy non-abs. The dude lacked definition, especially when you look at his chubbier years toward the end of his career, so finding out that he not only kicked his career back off, but also did it while looking ripped to absolute shreds brings nothing but joy into whatever Where's My Heart should be.
Edge with a spear!
Number 9, Enzo Amore. Holy like, sorry guys, but what the hell happened here?
Tomo nothing.
Clearly Enzo was taking that feud with New Japan's Tama Tonga a bit too seriously. After spending the last 3 months of 2019 constantly back and forth with a founding member of Bullet Club, Enzo must have really been ready for some kind of fight, because the dude has never looked so jacked in his entire life. Like, if Vince McMahon saw this guy today and he just now hired him in 2020, I'll tell you this, he would have never ended up as a cruiserweight champion.
Guaranteed. Do it every day of your life, you're a certified G.
Why did you start doing the dead card workout?
Because I'm a certified G.
Number 8, Eva Marie.
I love, like, high-waisted to the T. I feel like it just shrunk 2 inches.
Every year that passes by, I get a little bit more disappointed that Eva Marie hasn't decided to come back to wrestling, and every year I hear myself say those words, I simultaneously get a little bit more disappointed in myself. How the hell Eva managed to turn a gimmick based around her literally being a terrible wrestler in real life into week-to-week golden segments, I will never know. But she did it. Unfortunately, Eva's been too busy working with Australian fitness and fashion brand Riderwear, and good God almighty is it evident that she's working for a fitness brand. 2016 Eva Marie was legit just a model in wrestler's clothing, but 2020 Eva Marie is a wrestler's body who now does modeling. I am so upset right now.
And that is a wrap.
Number 7, the big boys. A whole bunch of big boys on any sort of list regarding either body transformations or unique physiques, really anything regarding body types, especially in a year like 2020, you are destined to find a couple of good big lads making their rounds into the video. Due to this, I figured, what the hell, let's just throw them all together since so many people are having body transes this year. Big Show, Kane, and The Undertaker have all completely 180'd their physiques over the last 2 years. Yeah, Big Show technically slimmed down and even got some abs back in early 2019, but he only just now returned to the ring and he looks even better, so he'll count.
And here comes the world's largest athlete. And look out! Razor knockdown.
As for the Brothers of Destruction, both men looked a little bit better last year than they did the year prior, but good Christ almighty, the Demon Brethren have really been putting in that work, especially The Undertaker, who's also set himself on the healthiest diet of his life. The way I said that, it sounded like I was saying something way more interesting. That sounded really anticlimactic.
Including the Big Red Machine.
Number 6, Drew McIntyre. Ever since 2014, it's like every single year Drew has gotten just that little tad bit more shredded. Like, he was looking real rough during those 3-man band days, but his tour of the Indies really made him into a changed man, and then Drew returned to the NXT brand in 2017, looking better than WWE fans had ever even conceived possible from the dude. And by that time, 3 years later, he really might be the most physically imposing wrestler signed to this company. Yes, the body hair, the chest hair, it's really helping him out a lot, and so's the facial hair. But you know what else? Working your arms out to the point where you can see literally every goddamn vein pumping blood throughout that Scottish psychopathic body.
To Lesnar.
Number 5, Roman Reigns. This one may come as a legit shock to a lot of you, but that's because WWE tricked you guys for many years. While Vince has had a Roman high for over half a decade at this point, he's only really kind of deserved it the last year or so, all things, charisma considered. From 2012 all the way until his leukemia announcement in 2017, the big dog looked a lot more golden retriever anytime he was seen without a shirt on. That vest wasn't just there to look cool, it also hid Roman's torso, which, to the surprise of many watching this, I'm going to assume, was always kinda undersized. Since returning from leukemia, however, he's been putting in extra time into his yards of gym and finally fits the bill of the big dog shield vest on or off.
Back revival though, Dawson runs into a Superman punch. Now it's Dolph Ziggler's turn.
Number 4, Rusev. Poor Rusev. He just can't catch a break, can he? He just can't catch a break. He's been the epitome of start-stop booking ever since his initial main roster push tanked. I get it, he rode out on a tank. And this latest feud with Bobby Lashley really proves it. Those two aren't even involved anymore. The feud transitioned from Bobby Rusev into Lana versus Liv Morgan, and that feud's already overstayed its welcome and just, poor Rusev. It's not for lack of effort on his part either, as 2020 is easily the best Rusev's looked in days. I get it, because Rusev Day? Okay, I'm done now.
Regret the day that we made fun of Rusev. And look at the Bulgarian Brute taking it right to the Viper. In right hands now from Rusev, just unloading.
Number 3, Andrade. Despite helping give WWE their first 5-star rated match since 2011, when Andrade made his way to the main roster, Vince looked at him and just wasn't impressed. But whether it's because he still saw some potential in him or because he's banging Ric Flair's daughter, Vince told him work on that physique and that English, and then we'll talk. I get it, because Vince doesn't speak Spanish. Okay, now I'm actually done. With the help of Charlotte, Andrade managed to not only become far more fluent in the English language, but also turned that gut into a six-pack, and voila, you're United States champion.
United States champion, Andrade!
Number 2, Jake Hager. And speaking of champion, hey guys, look, it's an AEW wrestler on a list titled WWE. That surely won't cause riots in the comments section. Jake Hager is another Drew McIntyre of sorts, and that every year since he left WWE, he's gone ahead and made himself look that much more impressive physically. Go through the Google images and just keep changing the year one by one. You will literally notice the difference every single time. While we haven't seen him put that massive build to work just yet in an AEW ring, if his Bellator run throughout 2019 and even parts of his time as Jake Strong in Lucha Underground are anything to go off of, I'd be excited.
That truth is, the man you look at right there is a bona fide, certified, the Savage, Jake Strong.
And number 1, Ronda Rousey. Dude, where did those arms come from? Like, what the actual hell? Ronda Rousey jumped ship from UFC to WWE, right? And in that transition, she ended up trimming down just a little bit of her muscle to keep her cardio in peak condition, which, don't get me wrong, that is very common for MMA fighters making a transition into pro wrestling. What isn't normal is to then maintain that exact same physique for your entire year within WWE, disappear for the whole next year amidst rumors of starting a family, and just suddenly have calves that big. Where did they come from? Is it because she's signed to Facebook streaming? What is happening? Whatever list I just got put on for Googling Ronda Rousey legs, look, I accept my fate.
Show him, Ronda, here we go.
And those are 10. What a stupid ending line. And those are 10 of the most fascinating WWE body transformations of the year. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel and notifications, ding that bell.